Hi guys! Today is the day I'm finally going to show you my garden that I talk about all the time. I have a ton of plants in my little tiny apartment, so it's time for a plants tour. Let's go. Starting out here, we have my rough looking tomato plant. I have it on a grow light now, that's why that light is so ugly looking, because it's on life support pretty much. I had to move it from the window because it got so big it literally couldn't stand up still, so I had to move it to a bigger pot in a bigger area, but then it decided to kill itself. So I refuse to give up on it. It does have a little tiny tomato right there if you can see it. It's so cute. I refuse to give up hope on this tomato plant, but there it is. It's really big. I don't know if you guys can tell how big it is. It's like taller than me. In this grow tent here, it's where we have the special goods. I don't know why the light messes up my camera, but we've got our weed growing in the tent. It's kind of small, but it did start budding. This was our first time actually trying to grow it on our own, so turned out better than I had expected. I'm pretty happy about it. Now, starting out strong, we have my little dill plant. It is flowering, but I'm gonna try and collect more seeds from it so I can keep this going because we really like dill. We use a lot of dill in this house, so pretty happy about that little guy. I've got some oregano here. It is so pretty. I've had to repot it like 4 times by now, but it's finally going strong and I'm gonna keep it in this pot. Now we have some garlic chives up here. I use these on literally everything, so I wanted to have a nice little collection of grass. Here we have some sage. I love it, and this pot is so cute, but it really sucks because water just pours right out of it. But here's the sage. It's kind of sparse. I did harvest some not too long ago. This one's lavender. It's actually just started getting the little flowers right here. I can't wait for them to turn purple and start smelling even better, but I love this one. I wasn't sure what to expect when I bought it, but I'm pretty happy with it. This is my little strawberry plant. I really need to add more dirt in here. And I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna be getting any strawberries from it this year, but it's growing strong for just a little baby. This is my basil. I promise it usually looks a lot more full, but I harvested like half of it the other day. But yeah, I love basil. I've actually got a second basil plant just starting out, but it hasn't sprouted yet, so I'm not gonna show you guys an empty pot of dirt. Here's my little tiny pot of thyme. I actually just harvested a bunch of this the other day as well, so it's looking a little sparse right now, but I love it. I put thyme on everything. Got some parsley here. I need better ideas of what to do with parsley because right now I'm kind of just adding it as like a garnish to dishes, which is so pretty, but I've got this whole plant now and I don't know what exactly to do with it, so give me ideas. Here's my rosemary. I actually started it from a seed, which is apparently supposed to be really, really difficult, but I'm quite happy with it. It's finally started really growing, so I'm really excited to see how big it gets and be able to use it on everything. This one is my mint plant. It usually looks a lot crazier than this, but again, it's one that I harvested just the other day. But I really like it. Sometimes I just take leaves off of it just to chew on something. I love mint. This one is my pea plant. I did get a couple little peas off of it, but I'm not so sure what's going on with it now. There's like one little tiny pea at the bottom here, but it's like exploding. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but it's kind of cute. It sucks to try and keep it from growing on all my other plants though. The window's still so packed. I just don't want to film my window because I don't want to be rude to my neighbors, but yeah. This is my bell pepper plant. Fun story, I actually grew it from a seed from just like a bell pepper from a grocery store. I really wasn't sure if it was even going to sprout, let alone
produce fruit, but I actually just took one of the little tiny bell peppers off of it. It wasn't full size, but it's still put in an effort, and it gave me a little bell pepper. And I'm thinking I might get some more. And there's a flower under there. Isn't that so pretty? So we'll see. It had a little growth spurt the other day. I think it might try and make me more bell peppers. Here is one of my bean plants. I do have two. This one is like the golden beans. This one's a little bit deformed, but I did harvest a bunch of actual nice beans from this one. But it's pretty small right now. I wasn't sure how big it was gonna get. And that leads me to the other one. This one is my second bean plant. This one I think is supposed to be green beans. And I'm an idiot. I did not research how big these could get before I bought the seeds. So now I'm stuck with this in my little tiny apartment. And I'm not really sure what to do. I'm running out of space for it. My boyfriend says hang it from the curtain rod and let it just go crazy and take over. I'm starting to consider that idea. And that's it for my little windowsill. Here's a little sneak preview. I do have tinfoil on it because my cats used to try and jump up here and eat all my plants and knock them over, which was so frustrating, but thankfully that has deterred them. But yeah, now I'm gonna move on to some of my little houseplants. Here is my jade plant. I kind of brought it back from the dead. It's been growing really nicely here. And I love that it's supposed to mean like good luck and good fortune and everything like that. It's so pretty. And beside the jade plant, I have my aloe plant. This plant has caused me nothing but issues. It has just been growing up. I've had to cut so many of these little stems off just because it would keep knocking itself over onto the floor. Just knocking itself over onto the floor and out of the pot, like it was trying to escape or something. But right now we're finally at a good growth stage, so I'm hoping it just behaves from now on. Over here I've got a little money tree. Oh my god, it literally died when I first got it. We got it from like a grocery store, which is like a red flag, but every single leaf fell off of it. And I tried so hard to bring it back to life. I literally made my boyfriend shower with it because he takes really hot showers and they like humidity. But now it's thriving and I'm so happy about it. So pretty. And this one right here is a Monstera Adansonii. I took a clipping from my mom and now it's turned into this. I had it propagating for a while and then I just planted it the other day. And then these beautiful leaves popped out. So I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know why it had these like crunchy leaves before, but I'm glad that the new leaves don't really have that. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an ugly plant though, if I'm being honest. It's just like a weird shape, weird cutting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. And in the bedroom, I've got my little cactuses. This one hasn't really grown much since I bought it, but this one has grown like at least an inch. And I think it might just try to flower, which would be so exciting. I've never had that happen before, but I love cactuses. So cute. And lastly, I have my little hydroponics garden. It's looking kind of rough right now, but I don't really have much going on in there. I have this little tiny lettuce here, and that's another lettuce that I just started. And this little tiny blueberry. Like, it's so small. Like, but I'm really excited to see if it actually grows. I'll probably end up transplanting that one into a pot, but I kind of want to use the hydroponic system just for growing lettuce, because it seemed okay at that the first time I had everything in here. So the hydroponics garden, I usually use to like start seeds, and a lot of my stuff that's in the window now started in the hydroponics garden, but I find that after a while, once things start getting too big, the hydroponics garden isn't as good, so I started putting stuff in pots, and that's how my window got so full. But yeah, I mean, I talk about my plants all the time, so now you guys know what I'm talking about. It was probably disappointing, but that's fine. I'm glad you joined me for this little tour. Thanks for watching!